So it's like handshake. Oh, bang, 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 bang. Shake. Bang, bang, bang.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the NiNe Show.
Where would this take them? Where is this current feeling or value set going to take them in the future?
Like
Yeah.
opposites. Like you're going that way, I'm going this way.
I mean this very literally. There's no emotion in how I did that. For me, it's just pure efficacy of recall.
I got sometimes like, oh, I have to human. I think that's the NI as opposed to NE that just wants to see it in its totality, right?
Common point of what was that word you used, Jono?
What? What the? Yo, what the fuck? Okay, go on, go. Let's go.
I will chew you.
All right.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the NiNe Show. Today we're going to be discussing masculine and feminine NE.
Oh, dude, that's great. Asees, what happened to you, man? You've embodied your past self.
Yeah, I thought that it was going to be best to show my functions and their most pure form when I was a child. So I used my powers of intuition to revert back to my most pure self.
Damn, I wish I had masculine NE, man. I really want to be able to do that.
Yeah, fucking loser, restricted by time.
I know, man.
Yeah, man.
Masculine size pulling me in. All right, guys. Yeah, so today we're talking about the masculine and feminine variants of the function extroverted intuition. Oh, look, I can see ourselves. Whoa, we're in a different dimension now. So on that note, masculine and feminine, there are masculine and feminine charges of the functions. Specifically, this one is about extroverted intuition. And I guess what we're going to go through now is what it's like to have masculine NE as a savior. How is masculine NE? How does it manifest? What does it look like?
Yo,
what are we dealing with here?
I can see it between you, Jono, and Asees. It's like
perfect comparison. Let's talk about
Asees tends to make jokes in terms of like statements. It's kind of like there's a confidence to it. It's like, surely you guys can see this. Like the joke is kind of like a statement. Kind of like think like metaphors where you're saying, like, you could say, love is fear. Like, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a metaphor. And then Jono's jokes seem way more suggestive, like not as direct. And sometimes you'll even introduce alternatives to the joke you already said. Like, you'll say something, then you'll say something again to create another joke. It's almost as if you're not sure which one will land. So you're like, let me just like
backup plan.
Open it up to see, like, I don't know which one's the right one to hit you with, so I'll just like throw random ones, and it's more like if you were to compare like a simile versus a metaphor. Simile is saying this is like this is like this. It's like more suggestive. And a metaphor is this is this. You know, I don't know.
Okay.
That's what I get from those two. Like, one's
interesting
more
observation.
confident.
One of the things
It's
I've
more
noticed between me and Jonathan.
Yeah, that's my
Whatever
name.
his name is.
I'm glad you remember it. Feminine sensei, everyone.
Oh
Feminine
my
sensei.
God! How long have we? I'm so sorry.
Dude, I don't even care. I don't even care, dude.
Yeah.
Yo, dude, just show us the picture of your baby self one more time real quick while you're speaking to us.
Dude, okay, look, I'm gonna be honest. That happens a lot more than you'd think. Okay. Okay. But one of the differences I've noticed between me and Jonathan is what he'll do is he'll take with his masculine NI, his masculine SI, sorry, he'll take like something that was said or something that happened in actual instance, and what he'll do is he'll reproduce it or reference it. Or say like what actually happened, like, or what was said in another time, and so that the joke is the reference, and so it's
right.
whereas my joke is more involved in the context of the thing, where it's like it's more like a twist on the context.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Okay.
true. Yo, that's actually yeah, that's true. Jono's jokes tend to be just like, yeah, that's so true.
Okay. So how can we define masculine NE? What does its definition look like?
Okay, I would say, especially in having an observer freakout right now. My mom's yelling at someone in the background. Juxtaposed to feminine NE, I would say that it's more, well, obviously, you know, OP says punchy, pushy, whatever, and feminine's more movable and flowy. But it seems to me like masculine functions just in general, but NE specifically, it sees this whatever spectrum it sees. It's not going to be. They don't. I don't think I see as many things as Jonathan. And one of the things that really actually pisses me off about Jonathan is like he'll actually be serious about the anything is possible thing, whereas I don't think. I think there are very definitive possibilities that are going to happen. So it looks to me like whatever I'm seeing, it's like there are. This is a node. This, and this. These are the only 4 possibilities that can happen. But it's like cross your eyes and look at it. Like that's what it looks like. That's what it's like.
Right.
Doing with that. It's there's like 12 possibilities. There's only 4.
Yeah, like everything
That's
overlaps.
interesting.
Nice. That's really good.
Yeah. Asees, you wanted to you said something, you had a dream or something about a dream.
Oh yeah. Today was my dreams are not like rooted in reality at all. And that's the only way that I know that my dreams weren't real, is that shit couldn't happen in real life. Like I'm teleporting, I'm flying around, there are laser guns, like anything, like everything, it's not real at all.
Yeah. Same as mine.
Even when I see like people that I know in real life, they're inside this mythical story that's going on. Like it's not real. Real is boring. But today I had like I woke up because I fell asleep FaceTiming my girlfriend, and then she woke up, and her waking up woke me up. And so then I turned it off because I'm like, shit, my phone's been on all night. I gotta, at least turn it off now so I can maintain its health. But I went back to sleep, and then I had a dream that my phone screen was like damaged. Like it was damaged in the same way that my previous phone screen was, where like basically like half the pixels turn on, and like the images like they blur at the edges. Like it's not as crisp.
Right.
So I woke up and I was like, wait, was that a dream, or did I wake up my phone and that was what actually happened? I couldn't tell the difference until I grabbed my phone and I looked at it, and I had to really look at it because I just woke up and my eyes were blurry. I'm like, okay, good, I didn't fuck my phone.
That's so funny.
I couldn't tell.
That's interesting, man.
Yeah, that's
I've had dreams similar to that sometimes. It's like a thing happens. Yeah, it's like a thing happens in reality, but then you're in a dream state, and then from there it's like there's all these different things that could happen around that reality thing. And then you wake up and it's like, yeah, which one's real?
Yeah, that's weird.
It happened to me recently. I'm having struggle trying to recall the details, but something like that happened to me a few days ago. Maybe it'll come back up.
When you dream, Jonathan, how vivid is it? Because when I look back at the dreams that I can remember, it looks like it's in like real life fidelity.
So as you're awake, you can recall it well and like see it.
Yeah, like when I'm remembering what the dream looked like, it looks like if I was looking at it as if it was real. Like it doesn't struggle blurry or anything.
I struggle to be able to recall it. Like when I wake up, like I know what happened, and I can just intuitively like, oh yeah, this thing happened. But if I start to like focus on it, it feels like it's like drifting away. The more I focus on it, the more it like goes away. It's like, come back, no, where were you going? Oh crap!
Me too.
I lost it.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, that's me too, man. Like my dreams are not vivid. I know some crazy shit happened. Like I can vaguely remember that it was some retarded dream, but like it's not vivid at all. either.
Yeah, I guess
Talk
I
about
wonder
my
if
dream.
I wonder if like masculine N can is related to having what's those types of
Vivid
dreams where you
dreams.
can
Lucid
there's
dreams.
a special word, lucid dreaming. Yeah,
Yeah, I do.
I wonder if
That is something that I've noticed. I'm always aware, but not always, as evident, with. But most of the time, I'm aware when I'm dreaming, and there are some telltale signs like like, oh, this shit wouldn't ever happen in real life, but I'm a roll with it. Whenever I try to control it, I find that I don't know, for some reason, maybe it's just because I don't know how to do it, but whenever I try to control the dream, I think I run it out of control. Like my brain can't handle like what what I'm trying to make it, and then the dream collapses, and then I wake up and I'm like, damn it, okay,
Fuck,
dream is
yo.
collapsing.
Oh my god.
Dude, that just
and
that just reminded me of an epic song.
Inception.
The Dream is Collapsing by Hans Zimmer.
Inception.
The best song in the world.
Is
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
I love Inception, man. Inception is the best.
yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off, man.
I'm just reiterating, dude. It's fine. It's whatever. Yeah.
Leon, were you gonna say something, Leon?
I want you
Cool.
guys to.
All right. You want us to describe your dream?
I would say sleep is also a part of that with dreams, but
Yeah.
I was focusing on the.
Well, yeah, you have to sleep to
every
dream.
night.
So
I have the craziest dreams, like, but I remember them, and I have.
no, you
lucid
don't. You
dreams.
don't. You don't have to sleep. Well, you do. You have to like lay down sleep, and you have to like OP sleep to dream.
At the same time.
Okay.
Fun fact, if you're sleep deprived, you'll start hallucinating because your brain's dreaming while you're awake. Because
Bro, I was driving home, falling asleep like every few seconds, and I thought there was a truck coming at me in the same lane as me, and I went like this, and I almost hit somebody.
My god, dude!
It was like far away, and then it was actually coming to the left side of me on the other side of the freeway, and I was like, oh man, I'm tripping.
Dude.
So you're headbanging.
Anyways, back to the subject.
Yeah.
So what were we talking about?
Doesn't matter anymore, man. It could have been anything.
It could have been anything.
Steve, did you have a specific point you were trying to get across?
Oh, I was just relating that because I was pretty sure that you had mentioned that earlier, and so I just wanted to talk about that sort of difference between our NEs.
NEs.
And as far as I see my masculine NE working out, it seems like especially with reference to my feminine SI.
Yes.
I don't.
Yes.
The way that I remember things, it's not like I don't like. It seems like Jonathan remembers things like a bit more on the side of the actual like nodes of information inside his NE framework, whereas I don't remember the nodes so much. And as far as I'm concerned, it's like because my framework is so solid that I don't even need the node.
Wow.
Remember because I know what we're supposed to be with.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So a good analogy I can paint for this, it's if we have like the join the dots book type thing, right? Like connect all the dots, create an image. It's like your mind sees like the image with all the dots completed, right? You've got the framework, you've got all the lines, you know what it is. But for me, it's like I have just the dots, right? I have the sensory bits of information, and even though I can't clearly see the framework straight away, I have the dots to reference to go, oh yeah, okay, so there's this sensory, yeah. Okay, cool. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
So does that make sense? Is that kind of...
That's like exactly how it is. And it's like, I can't even remember that like the actual, I can't remember details if it's not inside a framework. Like I have to have some sort of a way of remembering it. Otherwise, it doesn't really happen. Like I'll lose it. It's like why like my brain's like why do I have to remember it?
Yeah, exactly. If it doesn't, yeah.
That's interesting. So for especially like since we're talking about NE versus SI and the variance of the sexual charges there is, and one thing I wanted to bring up was so for me obviously like sensory is masculine, and the way that I approach problems is if I'm faced with some kind of problem, sensory problem, it's like this thing is real. This problem is like harsh, and I need to figure out a way to deal with this problem using like different kind of potential outcomes, right? This is the problem. This thing is real. I can't change this, but I have to work around it to make it fit in somewhere. I'm curious as to how that's different, like with Asees, is where it's like the sensory, like it's not as real, it's not as impacting, and therefore potentially you can change, like you're thinking maybe you could change the sensory, you can move the sensory around to fit into a concept or a framework.
Yeah. For me, it's like the more I understand, it's typically the case that sometimes like the way that a problem initially presents itself is completely different from the way that it appears once you actually understand it. And so the first thing I try to do is I try to understand the problem so that then I know, like how fucked I am basically. So then like once I know that, and I know, okay, it works this way, and there are these things, it's affecting these things, and those things work that way. So I have to do that for, this thing, and then maybe that for the other thing, or maybe I can find a solution that fixes all of that. But it has to disseminate from the basically sufficient understanding of the problem. If I don't understand what the problem is, then I can't move forward, period, like at all. And that's kind of a blast thing, but that's kind of that's just the way I have, like that's the way I have to think. Like I have to know, like because as far as I'm concerned, the problem isn't that it's breaking. The problem is that it's breaking and it's making everything else that is contingent on it break. And so if I have to know how those things are connected so that I know what the best solution is.
Yeah.
So for me, it's not like the problem isn't real. The problem is as I understand it more.
Yeah.
What about like when it comes to like tools and stuff? So for example, for me, like if I'm trying to achieve an outcome, I will try to find a specific tool that already exists, something that's been created and made, and I will work my problem solving skills around the functionality of this tool. Mm-hmm. Whereas for feminine sense, or maybe for yourself, like it's you have an outcome, but you need to then create your own tool to be able to fit into the way you're going to solve the problem.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how it is. It's not that I look for the tools that have the purpose. I look for a tool that because it depends on what the context is, right? Like let's say the problem is like I was trying to sleep one day, and my mom was being fucking loud for no reason, and so I'm like, okay, she just woke me up. I'm tired. I can't yell or make noise or slam anything or whatever to get her attention. How do I get her attention without overexerting myself so I can go back to sleep? And so then I'm like, okay, well, I could just wake up and yell at her and then go back to sleep. But like what I did was there was something right there in front of me. So I just knocked it down the stairs. And because I knew that she would freak out.
Oh my God.
I knew that she would freak out when there was a loud noise. And it's like, that sounds like so complicated. Like, why not just yell? But it's like for me, like, that's just how I think all the time.
Oh my God.
That level of activity, like, wasn't enough to wake me up. So I just knocked it down.
Wow.
Yo, like that's so
crazy.
I can't describe how backwards that is to my process. Like I will do the most direct animalistic, like I would have just made noise. I don't know, like it's so interesting.
Animalistic
like,
is a good word. Animalistic is a very good word.
I'm so intrigued by that. Like that's the most creative way to like to deal with that. I don't know. Yeah,
but and so like then she came, and then obviously I told her to fucking shut the fuck up. But it was like whatever the tool, whatever I decide the tool to be, like it depends on the context. Like this water bottle, like if I have a problem, like if I'm thirsty, okay, this is a water bottle. But if I have a different problem, like I need to maybe I need to separate some things, and this happens to be the exact size. This isn't a water bottle anymore. This is a space room. So
A what?
it's
Space
just
vehicle.
well, yeah, because like I'm saying like maybe the problem is there are things that I need to keep. Like maybe there's something that trying to go like this, but I need to like open it or something, but it wants to go like.
Right.
And if
Yeah.
that space is maybe like this exact same size, then I'm just gonna stuck it in there. And this isn't a water bottle anymore. This is a spacer. It's gonna keep.
Got a new. Yeah. Right.
Mm.
Got a new purpose.
And it depends on the
Dude.
content. And I look at the way that like it's not like I look at this and then I see how it could be used. There are two that's not like there's an infinite way that this could be used, and infinitely many ways that this could be used. But if you look at the problem and then you look at, okay, what do I need to fix it? That narrows things down like from infinite to like, okay, now I understand the situation.
Right.
Bro, how are
awesome.
you guys in fights? Because my brother has any, and he used to always grab whatever he could to just beat me with it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Like
dirty fighting, man.
so not specifically fights, but like if I need to achieve an outcome, usually quickly, I'll find the whatever's in my vicinity, the quickest thing that I think that can fill that purpose. So along fights, yes, if I need to hit someone, I'll
Like
pick
if
up
you need to
something
kill someone, like
yeah, I'll be able to quickly assess which is going to create the most damage. This, okay, bang.
just destroy them. Yeah.
Which is going to create the most damage and also be the most easiest to hold and like not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been in a fight, so because I'm not that type of crazy.
Because you're not double masculine.
Hmm.
But like I could say like, oh, I would do this, that, and the other thing. And I've thought about it like, okay, like because I'm not stupid. Like it's like there'll probably like be one time in my life that I actually need to like have like a plan of action. I'm more the type of guy that's like the fight only ends when the other person can't fight anymore. So I'm like,
Fuck. Death.
if you can get back up, like the fight isn't over. So it's like the first thing I'm probably gonna do, because like if somebody's coming at me, they're they probably don't know what they're doing. Cause like if you know how to fight, you're probably not gonna start fights. Like maybe you are because you're just fucking insane.
Yeah.
But you know, the chances of that happening, like I'll probably be able to tell. And if that's the case, I'll just fucking book it. But it's probably not. let's say I'm cornered, right? I'm gonna go for weak spots instantly: neck, eyes, and balls. Certain parts, I can see it, but like that's where I'm going.
Oh my god.
And when they're down, I'm gonna break their legs, and then I'm gone. And it's just like that's just how it is. Like I would never do that because like that's so much fucking effort. Like I would never get myself in that type of situation. If that type of situation was forced onto me, that's what I would try to do.
This is what happens when you corner a double feminine. Like this is what's hiding behind the flexible nice exterior. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. You know, in reference to you guys, like me being masculine, I think Leon will relate to this, but like for some reason I just feel like if I'm like in an adrenaline kind of mood, or you know, it's like I just have so much faith in my body. Like there's sometimes when I'm late and I'm trying to get somewhere and like there'll be traffic, like sometimes I'll want to cross the road even though this car's coming, because like for some reason I'll feel like I can stop the car, like, and then for a second I'm like, that's retarded. Why would I feel like I can do that? But it's a weird, like, you just feel like in your body you can do whatever. It's weird. So
yeah, right.
I wouldn't grab
I don't
a weapon.
think like that, bro. You'll never beat a car in a fight.
Yeah.
I swear.
Yeah, no, I know that. Like, it's logically, yeah, it's just like animalistically, I'm like, I want to cross the road. This car is like in the way. It's fine.
Yeah,
I can
push out of the way, dude.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
so
like if
dumb.
a car was about to hit me, I could do a backflip over the car and then like land and then start running again. Like I've thought about that many times. Confident I could do that.
Yeah, I think Asees
right.
more like your body or whatever. Anyways,
Yeah. So, let's talk about the masculine and feminine NE as a
Demon.
demon. Yes.
As a shaman.
Yeah, we got time. So, like, we covered this in the previous video of NE, which was last week or an hour ago, whichever time you're living in. And yeah, so I think for someone who has a masculine N as a demon, I think their problems may feel, the problems that stem from NE may feel a lot more real, or they're more likely to lean on that function in times of stress and chaos. So whenever there's a stressful situation, someone who has masculine NE would most likely be would jump to conclusions that potentially are not right or are wrong, and go on this freak out because they've now been able to see like a spectrum of possibilities, and that is like now their fallback plan. It's like, holy shit, the stress. I need to fall back on this. Oh, crap, there's all these bad problems, and that's when, that's when the spiral happens.
I'm trying to think of people that I know that do that, but I don't know many people like that with those functions, like a demon, masculine, NE. I feel like my boss might have that, but I have not seen a freak out from her.
Yeah, maybe it'd be someone like if you're talking to someone and they're like in a stressful state, and you're trying to help them through a problem. It's like they'll only be able to see like the negative like possibilities.
When I've noticed, I think they seem to be good. There's someone in the group, Rose. From what I gathered and stuff, like it helps with actually doing the OI planning, because like you're accounting for the NE more, so it's like you're more balanced. So it's kind of like it helps you account for more things going wrong when you're trying to make an OI plan. It's like more flexible. So I think there's like actual benefits of having it masculine as a demon.
Yeah, you'd feel it a lot more. Like you'd be able to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that you said that, because it's like I'm trying to relate it to like having SE masculine as a demon. How you said like it's more real, because I'm very aware of like, oh yeah, this could totally happen, and I'm gonna prepare for it. I'm gonna be watching, and when it happens, I'm like, yeah, there it is. Like I found it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of how Annie would do the same thing. Like, oh, I noticed
I
that
knew
one
it
thing.
would happen. I
Told
saw
you.
it.
Yeah,
Told you
there
it
you
happened.
go.
It
That's
happened.
right.
Now I'm stressed.
Yeah, that's just like some of the stuff that my mom would say. I knew that you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna do that. How did I know? Like, that's funny.
Okay, so the contrast to that, feminine Annie as a demon.
I think
I feel like sorry,
similar but not as intense.
Me and Odom both our dads have masculine SI, right, as the savior, so then they would have feminine Annie demon.
Yeah,
like my dad was always like, trust me, like this is gonna happen because it's happened hundreds of times.
Yeah.
Finally, after hundreds of times, it's like, yeah, I get it.
And it's
like,
also,
but trust me, dude. Like, trust me. Have the experience with getting screwed. Like that,
It's also like, it also feels like a lot of times I have to explain. They're not understood. There's like a lack of understanding context. I also have to always explain to them context of stuff. And I guess that happens also because the NE is extroverted, so they're less inclined to subjectively process it. It's like they need to discover it extrovertedly. Hence, I would need to explain the context to them. So I noticed that like they'll just see something literally, and I'll be like, oh no, this is what's going on. They'll be like, oh okay. So there's more of that. I noticed.
Let's see Asees' mind come inside out right now and share with us.
All right, wait. Should we, before Asees does that, should we restart?
No, we got time. We can end it.
Okay.
Or we can
My only experience with a demon NE is feminine, as far as I'm concerned. It's a little hard for me to see the demon NE in savior SIs because they're so focused on the the SI portion. Like it is the case that like I think it's easier, from my perspective, to see the demon sensory in intuitives than demon intuition in sensors. So from what I have seen, it's a little basic, but it's more just like sort of wrapping my head around why you would be hesitant in trusting the pattern that's clearly emerging from the data that you've collected. It seems to me like what'll happen is that like I'm okay with overextending myself with when in the domain of any. Like I'm okay with going like I'm okay with treating like let's say we have this basic level of analysis, right? I'm okay with this being the SI and then going any, and then we go up to the next level and that any becomes the SI of that level and then going
Yeah.
Ah, right.
Becomes a
Okay.
platform of like assumptions.
right.
Yeah.
The lower levels any becomes the next levels and SI.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I'm okay with that. And like as
That's
far
cool.
as my cognitive limits go, like I'm okay with that because like I will like that's like I'm not like I know that it doesn't have to be definitive. That's just one of the things that I'm looking out for. And as I learn more about that, that's going to probably change. But if it doesn't change, then it's just getting reinforced, which is fine because I was, that was just one of the things that could happen with that. But it seems like demon ennies don't understand that about themselves. And
Don't understand.
they're so hesitant. They don't understand their own lack of understanding. They're so hesitant because that comes from, as far as I'm concerned, like an experience of going that deep or that far with the intuition. But it's like it seems like Savior Asees, they're not okay with that,
Right.
because it's like they don't because they have such a tenuous relationship with the SI and then going here. If they have such a tenuous relationship with that, then it's hard for them to go beyond.
Yeah.
So be able to go here because that's obvious, but then it's like then they don't treat this like an SI.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, that could be completely empty, but the scaffolding is there, and I'll just tiptoe my way around that and make more.
Yeah. Wow.
That's great.
That is great, dude.
What a great blast.
Thank you.
For sure.
Thanks, Asees. All right. That brings us to the end of the show. So we discussed masculine NE and feminine NE. Figured out a few things along the way. Maybe they're wrong. Maybe they're right. Let us know in the comments.
Don't be feminine with the intuition, asshole.
Dude, perfect.
That's so true. I do that a lot. I'm like, maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong.
We know what we're talking about. Listen to us.
No, it's correct.
That's also
Yeah.
a little bit of feminine tea. It's like, oh, just stop doing that.
Yeah, no, just stuff it. Just no. Anyway, thanks, guys. Enjoy the land of chaos.
Boom.
Boom. Like, subscribe, share, comment.
Boom.
Coronavirus.
Mm.